The first thing you think about when you think of Hogwarts is probably the Great Hall. So it's kind of funny that that was the last of these three sets they've released here. So at first we only had these two sets, the Owlery over here and the Boathouse right here. And I like them both, but I didn't get them at first until the Great Hall released because, to be honest, who wants a Hogwarts that's just the Owlery and the Boathouse? Like, that's kind of boring. I'll admit they're fun builds. Like I had fun building both of these, particularly the Boathouse. This I thought was a very fun build. And they're quite compact. They're better than previous Hogwarts sets in terms of like how compact and sturdy they are. Because these things are sturdy. But in terms of locations, it's kind of weird to release just these two to begin with. Yeah, I don't think they did as well on release as they could have had they released alongside the Great Hall. We got that later for some reason. I'm not going too deep into any of these sets because, to be honest, that's not what this video is. This video is on the series as a whole in terms of what we have so far. So I'm going to bring the Great Hall back up here and then we'll take a look at that. So in my last video when I was comparing the Great Halls, it was an hour long if you remember, and a lot of that was kind of spent just saying the exact same stuff over and over again. And that's something that I hope to not do in this video. I hope to continually be saying new stuff. So, you know, I'm always trying to make better content. That doesn't mean it will always be better. For instance, I think my audio will be worse this time, but you know, today I'm testing a different audio setup, so if it's worse, I know not to do it again, you know? So this time around, instead of using Technic pins to connect all the sets, they are using these little clip pieces here, which I think is pretty neat. These ones right here clip right on here, and to be honest, I think it looks far smoother. These sets together look far smoother than the old Technic system did, and honestly that's not something I'll complain about. Now, something I didn't bring up in my Great Hall set is this staircase is really easy to pull out because it just uses a couple of little Technic rods in some hollow studs here, and the friction will like hold it in place, but it does slide out and rock a lot. But you know, when you put it on a shelf and leave it there, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just kind of difficult to move. But you know, okay, that's fine. So far we only have these three sets and only these two connect, but if you look at the back of the Great Hall, we do have more of these Technic rod things here to clip onto. So what, if I remember correctly, there has been some leaks on what the next sets will be, and I don't think any of the sets that were leaked are supposed to connect to any of these spots, but then again, I could just be wrong. I don't remember. Now, unlike last time with the whole modular system, they still want to have some customization with this one, but they also want it to be more detailed, which the last one, they did an incredible job at the end, but it just wasn't all that, like, beautiful to look at. It was impressive, but it wasn't beautiful. So this time they're kind of trying to strike a balance, which I think is really good. And they have these holes here that sets can slide into and fill up space on the inside like that wherever you want it to. This one is the potion room set, and it's the only one we have so far, but I do prefer it to the old classroom sets that were kind of more like a book, that they were ugly, and I didn't like them. They weren't my thing. I prefer these where they like are like a full classroom that can open up the same way the old ones did, but then they close and they're actually like they look like a room, which is something that I do vastly prefer in that build. Now, locations that we've got so far, as I mentioned, we have the boathouse and the owlery, we have the Great Hall, we have the entry courtyard here, we have the potions dungeon that I talked about. We also have a portrait hallway, which I think is really cool. Slides right in here. I don't know if there will be other slide-in things with this dimension so that you can like move this to another spot or not. I don't know yet, because so far all three of these ones here have the same dimensions, so they're kind of interchangeable where they can go. But this one here is of a different size, so it doesn't fit the same spots. So I don't know if they come here. It's not wanting to come out. There we go. It's I don't know yet if we'll have a place for this one to go anywhere else to mix and match a bit more, but I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. The other locations we've gotten so far are the Hufflepuff common room here, which I think is a great inclusion in the Great Hall, because it is canonically located under the Great, well, kind of under the Great Hall. It would probably be a bit more like over here, and then you would have the kitchens over here, which is a set that I'm hoping we get something like this. I mean, we know that LEGO is trying to include more obscure characters, so I mean, if we got the kitchens and it came with Winky, wouldn't that be a cool set? Could get Dobby, Winky, maybe a random house elf, and then Harry, Ron, and Hermione or something. Wouldn't that be a cool set? And it could like slide into these two sections here or something. Wouldn't that just be awesome? I think that would be so cool. The final set that I haven't talked about is the bathroom, the girls' bathroom where the troll is. And I can't remember offhand what floor this is supposed to be on, but I don't even know if it's mentioned, so I'm going to assume it can be here in the basement, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know where it's supposed to be located. I'll need to look that up. Let's talk about minifigures. Side note, you may have noticed this already, but the boathouse is really annoying to move because the oars keep falling out. I've been pushing them back in the whole video so far, and it's so annoying when they fall out, but again, I do like it as a build. It's a nice build. There we go. So, minifigures so far, I would say we have a very good spread, considering that these minifigures only come from a total of 5 sets, my bad, I can't count. Those sets are the Great Hall, the Owlery, the Boathouse, Potions Dungeon, and the Advent Calendar. I'm including the Advent Calendar because on the box it says compatible with the Great Hall. So, I don't know exactly what they mean by that. I do have a video coming out, it'll be on Christmas, of me trying to fit all the little Advent Calendar pieces into the Great Hall, and I do my best, but it's, I wouldn't say it's very good, because I don't think it was designed to fit in there very well. So, yeah. The Advent Calendar is something that I will talk about briefly after the minifigures, but I will say we have a pretty good spread of minifigures right now. Most Great Halls include a Dumbledore, a few staff members, a ghost, and then about one student from every house, maybe missing one. And then they normally include like one big like figure or buildable thing. In the past two, it's been the basilisk. This one, it's the troll from the dungeon. So that's a nice change of pace. I'm glad we didn't get another basilisk. So that's something. This year, I'd say we're getting a fairly good spread of houses. As normal, we have way too many Gryffindors relative to the number of other students. It's about a one Gryffindor to every other student ratio. But we aren't getting too many like recurring minifigures. The only minifigure here that I have two of is this Hermione here. I have two of that, one from the Great Hall and one from the Potions Dungeon. So, you know, when you consider it like that, it's not that bad. When I get minifigures, I personally like to get a few Harrys. Like if I need to get more than just one Harry, I want to have them all be different. Like this, they are all four different. So that's a nice thing. But when I get other students, I do like them to be in uniform so that, you know, you get a you kind of can populate your school, you know, because Hogwarts isn't populated by the seven Potters from the Battle of the Seven Potters. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. One interesting thing, though, I think this is the first time that we've gotten Harry's entire dorm in uniform, and in like one castle series wave. We have Harry, Seamus, Ron, Neville, and Dean. We have all five in one go. Kind of interesting. I don't think we've ever gotten that before. Now, speaking of Neville and Dean, the two of them, knocking everything over. The two of them come with this Harry and Hermione that come in non-house branded stuff. They're from the Boathouse, and I really like the inclusion of this because now you can have some students to sort, because in both the previous Great Hall sets, one being the Chamber of Secrets, I should make sure to point that out, they both come with the sorting hat. The only thing is the students are all wearing, you know, house robes already. You don't have any blank robes for students to wear before they get sorted. And that's something that I think is that's a very nice inclusion. This go around, we also get two ghosts. We have, I'm guessing this is the Grey Lady, maybe? I'm going to assume that's who this is. She came in the advent calendar, and I'm not 100% sure what she is, but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the Grey Lady, Helena Ravenclaw, the ghost of Ravenclaw house, but I'm not sure about that. We also have the Fat Friar, the ghost of Hufflepuff house. He came in the Great Hall set, which I think is pretty nice. Last interesting inclusion, also from the Advent calendar, we get Professor Flitwick, but instead of being in his like newer design from Prisoner of Azkaban onwards, with the dark mustache and all that stuff, instead we have the old one from Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. The one that I personally think looks better because he's described as being half goblin, so he does look a bit like a goblin in the first two, but then he started to look more like Warwick Davis, who plays him afterwards in the later ones. So yeah, I like that inclusion. But that's all I have for minifigures. I'm going to give you a quick look at the Advent calendar set, and then I will call it a day. So this is this year's Advent calendar for Lego Harry Potter. I'm going to go out and say I think this is the best one we've gotten since maybe 2018. but I could also give it credit as being the best one that we've gotten ever for Lego Harry Potter, because a lot of the builds in 2018 were used up by these little banner things that were kind of boring because each one was the exact same build just with two different colors of flags. And this time we kind of get a bit more like Hogwarts feel. The only stuff here that I think doesn't belong are these candy things, which just feel big and weird and out of place. But when you consider that it's only one day out of 24, that's not bad. 23 good days and one weird day isn't that bad. I do need to specify though, I think it's weird they have two Christmas trees, especially two of like significantly different sizes, because I don't know, like there's supposed to be 12 in the Great Hall, at least in Harry's first year. And it's weird they include two. That's all I have to say. But then like the base of this Christmas tree here is its own separate day's build. They do that a couple times in this advent calendar, where they'll have a couple builds in one day, like the Slytherin thing here, and then Draco came in the same day. And then Flitwick included a painting for some reason. I don't know why. It made sense in the fireplace because that's where you store a painting, but I don't know. And then same with the staff table. The centerpiece here was its own day, and then the staff table was very empty looking on its own day. So a little bit weird, but honestly, overall, I'd say this is a good advent calendar. And this isn't a review for the advent calendar, so I'm not going to continue talking about it too long, but I do want to bring up the fact that these statues are quite nice. Now, I do want to quickly advertise for myself. I will be doing speed builds of this set in the build up to Christmas during the Advent season. So day one will be a speed build of day one being Harry Potter and the little Gryffindor statue thing. So keep an eye out for that. I won't tell you what every day is here because one, I don't remember, and two, I'll just be releasing the videos anyway. So yeah, and then day 25, it will be me trying to put all this stuff into the Great Hall set, which I've already recorded it, and let me tell you, it doesn't fit very well. So with that, have a good day, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share. Have a good holiday season, I suppose. We're coming up on Thanksgiving.